Yeah, brother, you'll have to get it in Sunday best, though. We're about to go to church. I teach the deacons today. And ironically, it's about when our prophet was in prison. And obviously, I've been in prison too. But let's get away from all that. Let's talk about Aspinall Gone. And I want to talk about it with a very sympathetic way of saying it. Like, I was at striking this morning. We do striking on Sunday. And one of the jiu-jitsu black belt comes, which is cool, right? He's a black belt now in jiu-jitsu and he wants to improve his striking. And he's a passionate guy, just about everything. That's just kind of how he is. I knew a lot of guys like that in college and high school. That's just how they feel. And he's just absolutely adamant, like Tom Aspinall was kicking Cyril Gane's butt, and the eye poke had nothing to do with why the fight got stopped. And I understand, like, we can be passionate. That's why people pay money for combat sports, and they love it so much because it is something worth being passionate over. Now, that having been said, what I saw in that match was Cyril Gane using lateral movement to completely dismantle Tom Aspinall. He was winning that fight 10-9 for sure. His lateral movement and then his inside leg kicks, right? And his overhand lefts, right? Because he was fighting southpaw. And look, Aspinall runs over people, right? And heavyweights, by and large, they're blocky, right? And by and large, they're durable, right? So they don't put so much into defense. Side-to-side movement isn't a very heavyweight thing, so to speak. But for Tom Aspinall, who blitzes forward, it is his anecdote, right? When Tom got poked in the eye, do I think that Tom could have gone on? To be honest with you, I saw the poke. Yes, I'm going to guess Tom absolutely could have gone on. But listen, we're not fighting to prove who's the toughest guy on the block. We're fighting about money, right? And we're talking about tens of millions of dollars. So if you've just been chopped up the first round and you get illegally eye poked, are you going to keep going? I mean, we saw Kevin Holland do it, and what happened to him? Poor guy lost a fight over it, right? Like, it sometimes is smart to take your toys and fight another day. And I think that's absolutely what Aspinall did. And I think he did the smart move in doing it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. We're not playing MMA, right? This is life and death kind of stuff. You're in there and, families, will they be wealthy? Will they, be able to feed themselves for generations? So I got no problem with that. Do I think that happened? Yes, I do. It doesn't take anything away from how I feel about Aspinall as a fighter. Now, let's talk about the rematch, right? Like, I got one listener on here saying, yeah, I'm definitely going to bet Gane in the rematch. I knew this would happen. He's more farsighted than I did because I didn't see it happening like this. But Gane is a striker, right? Aspinall is very MMA style. When a guy gets a second chance to do a reboot like that, you adapt to what's been shown you. So I don't think Gane is a shoo-in in the next fight by any means. I think Tom Aspinall is going to make sure he doesn't rush forward, make sure he doesn't dive into some takedowns without setting him up. I think it's going to be a much different fight the second time, and it was very wise for Aspinall to call it when he did. There's no point, look, you just got chopped up. What's the point of going on? You also got fouled, and now you're injured. Now you got to work with an injury, and you're stylistically losing the fight? No, he did the right thing, in my opinion. This is big boy life stuff. It's the way I see it. Everybody, like and follow for more on The Fight King.